Hello everyone. Decided it's time to have a catch up. I've normally this coming weekend would be our rally weekend, and it's traditional for Ian to come here for a fortnight before the rally, and we get all the tractors ready that have got to go up there. To need to get the Fergie fillies up there and the Fords and Majorettes, various ones that I want to display, different ones that I've done things to and are a bit different. So normally we take probably 30 tractors to our rally, so I do tend to dominate it a bit, but they're all there for a reason. But obviously this year no rally and nothing to do, in theory. Anyway, Ian said, "What do you think? Do you want me this year?" And I said, "Well, yeah, let's catch up on some of the jobs that I've been trying to get done and haven't got round to." So last Monday. Or not last Monday gone, the Monday before, Ian came here, and the first job we set about was I got a David Brown 1200, quite a good tractor really, but the last time it was used was doing some harrow in it in the field, and it just felt, it wasn't me driving it, but it was my grandson, and he did have the sense to stop, and he didn't think the engine was quite right, and they stopped the engine, and then it wouldn't start. It just wouldn't. It was tight. So you think, well, that's got to be a seizure, and we were right. It was when we investigated, it had picked up on one of the shells. Didn't know quite why. Well, though when we took the sump off, we did know quite why, because it was absolutely full of sludge, and lesson to be learned really. It's no good just changing oil. You need to know what's in there, and we should have dropped that sump. Easy in hindsight. But anyway, fortunately, because it stopped as soon as it did, it wasn't too bad. So Ian was able to get under there and clean the crank up, and we'd got some shells and we put them in, and it's all running again. It's got decent oil pressure, and fingers crossed, we've got away with it. So that was the first job that was done. The second one was the Fords and Major that I brought back the other day without the power takeover and the hydraulics. It's a good tractor. Its engine run nicely, but it was lacking brakes and it needed a foot plate put on and various bits and pieces. So that was the second one to be tackled. The third one was a Nuffield that I put together in lockdown last year. Never did start it because it got put away before I had the chance to get it towed off or anything, so we didn't try it. So we dragged that out one evening and got that started. And because we got it started, we messed about with it a bit and spent half a day on it, and it's in good order now. It starts on the button, and so that was another job well done. Then we had a Super Major, which I bought from Timmy before he passed away. I bought it with the intention, although the engine was seized up, when I say seized up, it was stuck. It hadn't run for years, and it had been stuck in the hedge, and it was if I can find the pictures, I'll bring some up, but it was a definite task. Anyway, we got it out and we set about it, and we couldn't move it. There's no doubt we couldn't move it at all. But so we whipped the head off it and had a look inside, and 3 of the bores were full of water and 1 was full of rust. Surprisingly, the ones full of water were quite clean. I still don't quite get that, but anyway, it was good. So we managed to get it moving, and we brought the old E27N8, the Perkins one, put the pulley on it, pulley to pulley, and ran it, got it so it was moving and spinning over nicely, made sure the oil was circulating. Then we put the head back on, fitted it up, and started it, which was quite nice. There was 1 injector playing up, but apart from that, it's okay. So there is a plan for that, and that engine will come out and go into the the winch tractor in the end. So it's been started. I know it's running. I know it's okay to go. The engine is, from what we could see of it, was very good. So that's a good start for the winch tractor. And we will get into that, I'm determined to get that winch tractor actually running, driving under its own steam. So it won't probably be working as a winch, but we'll see. You never know. Get the wind behind us. So we've done that one. So number 4 on my list was, oh no, that was 4. So number 5, that was the the infamous David Brown 990 that's been stuck in the shed for 2 years waiting to be done. And I'm not going to say too much about it now, but if I say 1 step forward, 2 steps back, it was a lot of steps backwards before we got forwards. Now I know what to do. I know what not to do. The best thing is, don't listen to anybody on YouTube or Facebook, because there's an awful lot of misinformation there, and I sucked it up like a Hoover, you know. Didn't save myself any money in the end, and I might just want to have done what I did in the end in the first place, and it'd been a lot easier. But we learnt a bit. I'm very knowledgeable about them now, so if you want to know about your David Rain 990, I can tell you. So we've got that out. That's finally got that go. Well, it's not quite running yet. I'm telling a lie, because as I stand here or sit here telling you this, all we got left to do, I didn't want to close it all up without putting some new nuts on the big ends. So it's all put together and it's all turning over and everything's good. Just got to put the nuts on the big ends, put the sump back up, put some oil in it, and we'll be trying that out hopefully tomorrow. So that was number 5. Number 6, the E27N that I bought last year or a year before with a hedge cutter on it. I never have had it running. I didn't even try to get it running, and it was my intention to do it, but never got round to it. So we pulled that out and did a bit of work on it, sorted all the fuel lines out. We still haven't started it, but it's pretty well ready to go. We've got 1 or 2 things to mess about with. At the moment we haven't got a spark. That could be expensive, but we'll see. The rest of the tractor's nice, so that's another one that's big progress being made on it. Number 7, that was the little Nuffield, the 425 I brought back. Haven't done an awful lot to it. Have put decent tyres on the back. I should get some new tyres for the front delivered tomorrow, in which case it will then be mobile, and hopefully I'm going to get young Harvey out on it and give him a little drive. He's longing to have a go on a tractor, and that's just the right size for him. So we'll do a bit of very, very careful driving it in the field, and you know, I'll only be walking pace, so I can walk alongside him, and if there's any problem, take over. But it's a good tractor, everything's good about it, so apart from the tyres, and that will be solved tomorrow. So that was the Nuffield 425. We were then going to do the diesel standard Fordson. It's been sat there for a while now. It was Ticker's family wanted me to have it because I would get it going, and it definitely was the intention to do that one next. But when we got the 990 out of the workshop, it'd been taking a lot of space and stuff had built up around it, and I said, for Christ's sake, let's get this workshop cleared up a bit first. So we started moving stuff around, and there was a new steering box and a new seat and some other bits and pieces, and it was for the county that I've got up in the other shed, and I was going to put them on the rack, and I thought, no, we might as well fit these things. So we went up to the county, took a battery up, put the battery on, turned the key, away it went. Ian drove it down to the other workshop and or brought it down to the workshop. And this morning he changed the steering box, and we put the seat on it now. And this afternoon we haven't fitted them yet, but we've got them all cut to shape, and so we've got new mud guards to go on the back. So hopefully by tomorrow night that'll be mobile. So we're really ploughing on, actually. So if we can get that out of the way, I still want to get Ticker's standard Fordson in, but at the moment I think we've done pretty good. 2 weeks and we'll have 8 tractors running that weren't running before, so that's a big result. Okay, that's a lot of ramble, which you probably haven't kept up with. But what I'll do now, I'll show you a few pictures. Might interrupt to say something else, but that's my starter for 10. So have a look at this lot, and then I'll come back to you again. It's a diesel Major. It wasn't running. It got no oil in it when I fetched it back. It'd been drained out, and they put a new filter in it, and then realised it hadn't got no oil. So it hadn't been started or anything. It was just needed all put in. The only it's very original, but the front grille, one of the grids has lost a big chunk of it, and I don't really want. I can get new ones, but I don't really want to put new ones in. It'll spoil it, because as you can see, it's got its patina, so it's good. We did get it started the other day, and or put the oil in it and got it all kicked off. Runs beautifully. It's got all its all the glass on the dials. Its oil pressure's good on it. Got a little bit of tidying up to do. I think the foot plates had rusted out on it, so there's a new one there, and I've got another new one to put on that side. They came with the tractor, but the brakes on this left-hand side, they also need reassembling. So I haven't tried this one down the lane to see if the brakes work on this one. Anyway, that's it. That's my latest additions. This one's all ready to go now. It's on a hill start because there's no battery on it, but apart from that, we've done pretty well everything to it. Brakes are done, foot plates back on. I've got a nice matching grille now, courtesy of Ed Batchelor. It's really put it back to rights, really. So really pleased with the look of that one. It won't be having any paintwork job, but I'm not sure quite whether to put oil on it or what to do with it. The unusual thing about this one is no hydraulics, no power takeoff. It's what they call a modern standard Fordson. So that was the Major. It's very difficult to know when you've got a tractor like that what to do with it. It's so original. I don't want to touch it. I don't really like the rusty finish, but you know, sometimes you can rub it out. But I think it's gone a bit too ingrained. It's going to have to stay rusty. I'm not looking for a job, so I'm not too worried. Anyway, that got it out of the way. The next one, I haven't got any pictures of the 1200 because it was stuck right at the back of the shed. So I'll show you those another day. But anyway, the next one's the a little Nuffield 425. Harvey, my grandson, he's the one that fancies that, and well, I'll show you a few pictures of it and what's what, and then I can show you where we've got to with it now. This is Harvey. He's the other test pilot. We're going to get this little Nuffield going for him. The Nuffield 425. It's quite tidy. I've got the tyre on the other side, back tyre's bust, but I've got another set. In fact, I've got a choice of 3 sets to put on it. One's 9 inches wide, one's 9.5, and one's 10. So I'm gonna pick what I think's the best one, and that's what we'll put on there. Does it fit you? Yeah. Fit you, does it? It's all right. Yeah, we'll get some tyres on that, Harv, and let you have a go. You're 13 next week, won't you? Dugger. Gonna give it a bit of dugger. I don't actually know if that's happening. crown back on the front now, Ian, and square it up. That looks a lot different with those tyres, doesn't it? Yeah, that's about it. What a world of difference.
Well, they ain't actually as wide as you thought, were they?
Right, that's where we got to with the little Nuffield. The major's finished. The 1200 I'll show you some pictures of later. I don't want to do any more tonight because there's lots to do, and I'm guessing this is going on quite a bit anyway, so we'll keep this to this length, and then I can do another one fairly quickly on the other tractors that we've been working on. So thank you for watching if you've got this far. If you haven't pressed the subscribe button, please do. It doesn't cost you anything, but it'll help me. I need YouTube to recognise what I'm doing so that they'll put some adverts around it, and then, you know, maybe they'll give me a few shekels for doing it. So press the like button, press the little subscribe button, press the like thing as well to say that you've done it, and please make comments, you know, even if it's if you think it's shit, tell me so, but if you think it's okay, you know, I need to know that as well, because as I've said before, it's a long lonely road when you're sat here talking to yourself trying to do these videos. You can always watch the screen behind me. That's our CCTV, and I've got it going round at the moment, so you can see the whole of the yard, but you can't really because it's dark. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll see you directly. Cheers.